Part two of the toxic question is, could I behave in a toxic manner? Could I be manipulative or play mind games or hurt others and still be a quote unquote spiritual person, or practice spirituality and engage in different spiritual modalities? So the very simple answer is no. And that's really because when we are, I mean, of course you can. It's anything's possible. You know, it's one of those funny questions, right? Like, but because I'm not going to say no, no one can. You could always try. But the reality is that it will be very limited or not as effective, because when you're engaged in that kind of behavior, you're engaged in fear. It's all fear-based stuff. It's all judgment. It's all polarity. It's all me versus this other person. And when we're in that mode, we are in a much lower vibration than would be helpful for us to be if we are sort of a spiritual healer or a spiritual practitioner or counselor or whatever. And so it's not to anyone's benefit if that's the energy we're bringing to them with our behaviors, whether it's directed at that person or someone else. Now, back in the day, and by this I just mean back when things were really very 3D separation and you were a healer, yeah, I mean, we used to see the holiest people be some of the most toxic, abusive people around. And the reason for that was because people who could exist in such a state of devotion were often the ones who were also very committed to spirit or God or whatever, were usually the ones who were such tortured souls. And so now that we're really entering the sort of 5D oneness, you're me, I am you, if we are engaging in that kind of toxic behavior to others, we're still trying to work out something. And so as much as we might be bringing a positive, loving intention to people we're working with on a spiritual level, the reality is until we really get that stuff worked out of us, we're just bringing it into everything that we do.